Hello, friends and family. It's me, Duncan. I just got back from a psychedelic adventure in the desert, and I got some awesome downloads from the universe, which I'm still processing. And once I figure it all out, then I'm probably going to communicate it in some way or not. I don't know. Maybe you can't communicate it. Maybe that's the problem with psychedelic mind states, is that you go into the gleaming eye of the universe, you see the matrix of intelligence that connects all things, it goes into your monkey brain, and then you come back to reality, and all you can do is make stupid guttural grunting noises to try to express the intense love that was washing over you for a few hours. But that's what happens when the only way you can talk about infinity is through the very tip of your feeding tube, which sucks. I love Joshua Tree. If you've never been to the desert, you've got to go out there. It's incredible. And while I was out there, my brain kept comparing Joshua Tree to Orgrimmar in World of Warcraft and to Fallout 3. Now this to me is incredible, and it doesn't bother me at all. I think it's just one of the signs that we are getting closer and closer to what Ray Kurzweil called the technological singularity, where machines wake up and we all get sucked into some alternate dimension where anything that we can think comes into existence via swarms of nanobots being controlled by neurological interfaces that connect our minds to the machine. We're probably a long way from there, but video games are like little sparks of this approaching singularity. In fact, I think video games is the wrong word for it. When you say video games to some people, they roll their eyes, they think you're an asshole or a nerd or a loser or a geek or just some slovenly Mountain Dew drinking pig holed up in some hoarder's apartment wearing adult diapers and vomiting up green shit because your body's shutting down. Those people do exist. In fact, there's probably some of them listening right now to this podcast. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but you've got to moderate the shit. You can't just become a Jabba the Hutt with your brain attached to a computer while your body rots away. It doesn't do any good for you, and it fucks up your apartment for the next person who comes in. Has got to mop up your greasy foff and oily sweat that's soaked into the carpets. No good. Don't do it. Go to the gym. Go outside. It's pretty good out there. And also, it'll sharpen you up so that you can rise up through the ranks of whatever video game you happen to be playing. One of my favorite video games is StarCraft 2. I've been addicted to this game for quite some time. I actually had to stop playing it because I couldn't moderate it, and so I just had to give up. But the really cool thing about StarCraft 2, as compared to other games that I'm aware of, is that StarCraft 2, you can actually watch StarCraft 2 games on the internet. There's professional StarCraft 2 games that you can watch, and it's hilarious to watch, not only because of the weird language that the commentators use, but also because of the intensity of the gameplay and how fucking incredible people have gotten at playing this game. And they've gotten incredibly good at playing this game because there's a lot of money at stake. StarCraft 2 has in South Korea become the second largest sport, right under baseball. People love it. People are keeling over in internet cafes. Their bodies are shutting down because they can't stop playing the game. And the reason they're trying to get good at it is because if you get good enough at it, you can become a global celebrity. Now, one of these global celebrities who didn't keel over and who actually has become a better person from playing StarCraft 2 is Artosis. Artosis is one of the number one commentators of StarCraft 2. He's actually moved to South Korea, where he lives with his beautiful wife and a brand new baby, and he travels all over the world. He's a jet setter. He travels all over the planet and does commentary for professional StarCraft games. Now, I was rambling about StarCraft on the Rogan podcast, and somehow we ended up getting connected, and I invited him to be on this podcast. That was 4 months ago. That was before the podcast even existed. I asked him to be on the Lavender Hour. But he was so busy traveling all over the planet that he couldn't do it. But finally, things have settled down for him momentarily, and he was kind enough to give me a little over an hour of his time and break down what it's like to be a super badass celebrity in one of the most exciting and growing communities, at least to me, the most exciting and growing video game communities that exist in the world. As it turns out, he's not just an incredible StarCraft commentator, he also appears to be a genius. He's a really brilliant, sweet, awesome guy, and it was a blast to do the podcast with him. So that's who's the guest. Few announcements. Sign up for the forum. Go to www.duncantrussell.com and sign up for the Duncan Trussell Family Hour forum. Already there are these incredible, mind-bending, evolutionary conversations that are happening there, and I'm so excited about it that I can barely sleep, and I've been breaking out in tears as I walk down the street thinking about the possibility that this community could eventually spawn a time machine which will allow us to travel to any point in the multiverse and experience anything we want. And if not that, then I don't know. Maybe it'll get some pussies wet and let us hump each other for a time before we all get sucked into whatever vortex awaits us at the end of history. So go sign up there, DuncanTrussell.com, the Duncan Trussell Family Hour. And to all of you who have been donating over the last few weeks, God bless you. Thank you for that. And if you like this podcast and you like the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, go on DuncanTrussell.com and send me a couple of bucks. Why not? You do it for NPR. You probably don't do it for NPR, actually. Do people really do that for NPR? I don't know. If you don't want to do that, I understand. I still love you. I'm happy that you're even listening to my raspy, squeaky voice that many people have said sounds like the voice of a lesbian. Sometimes people are confused when they realize that I'm a white guy with a beard. But I'm not a lesbian, but I do love you and everyone out there. And so please continue to tune in, subscribe to this shit, and get out there and get out there and make your life beautiful, because why not? What are you going to do? Rot in your pitiful existence right now? Why are you existing in a tiny, cramped part of the multiverse where you're scared and chained down, where you're in bondage to fear, where some vampire has pushed their heel into your neck and is squashing your creativity and sucking the life out of you as you pretend that everything's okay? Break free, my friends. Get out of the job. Get out of the fucking shitty apartment that you're living in. Get into the world. Transform your body. Become something strong and incredible and powerful, because that'll accelerate your own evolution and it'll help the people around you, right? Hare Krishna. Plus, it will get you laid, and that's a great thing too, last I checked, which has been too long now that I think about it. So, thank you for tuning in. We love you. Now enjoy the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, Episode 2, with the brilliant Artosis.
Trussell Family